welcome to Guitar Tarot. My name is Cary-Hudson, and we are here to learn about the history, philosophy, theory, and technique of that most wonderful instrument, the guitar. We're going to start at the top of our circle of fifths here with the key of C. C is kind of home base when we're talking about music keys. If you are a keyboard player, you'll remember that the very middle of the piano is middle C. And that's probably the first scale you learned. So let's talk about how to play a C scale and how to make a C chord. But the first thing we need to do is learn how to tune our guitar. Now, when I was a kid, we learned how to use a method called relative tuning. Now, these days I usually use a tuner like this. That's great, but if you don't have a tuner or access to one, this is a great way to learn how to tune your guitar. So I'm going to start with some relative tunings. So if you have a keyboard, you can just start on middle C and go up 3 steps, C, D, E, and that will give you an E right here. We also have an E on the low string of the guitar. And the system that I'm using to show you the notes on the guitar is called tablature. And when we're looking at tablature, the 6 lines represent the strings of the guitar from the viewpoint of the person playing the guitar. As if I look down at the neck and I see low to high. The low string is an E, the high string is an E. And in between we have E, A, D, G, B, and E. If I'm going to tune it and I can find an E, I'm just going to place my finger on the 5th fret and tune it like this. And the notes on the tablature, the numbers refer to the frets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go to the 5th fret. So once I've got my guitar in tune, let's go on and now talk about the C chord and the C scale. By the way, if you notice, my lines are not so straight. I used my ZZ Top Tejas album as a straight edge, so we'll just blame it on Billy Gibbons. So the first thing let's do is let's learn a C chord. To make a C chord, I'm going to take my ring finger, I'm going to put it on the 3rd fret of the A string, take this finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the D string, and my index finger is going to go on the 1st fret of the B string. A 0 in tablature represents an open string. An X represents a string that you're not going to play. So there's my C chord. It's hard to sound all the notes out if you're just starting. A lot of times it'll sound, well, you just got to mash down hard enough and also aim for the middle of the fret. There's an X on the low E string. I'm not going to play it. Let's start on a C major scale. Great, we got a chord. So let's now take the chord and the notes from the C scale and learn our very first song. And boy, what a great song it is. Row, row, row your boat. I'm a big fan of canoeing, and so, and pretty much everyone knows this song. So impress your friends with learning to play Row Your Boat. You can see that my artwork, this is supposed to be a boat, is very simple and childlike. The good news is that Thomas Jackson, my dear friend and a wonderful artist and also a guitar player, please check him out, is going to help me out with the visuals of this guitar course, I believe starting for the next lesson. But anyway, let's go ahead and play Row Your Boat. If you want to get fancy, you can kind of hit the string beneath the melody string while you're playing it. Kind of sounds like this. All right, so there's our first chord. I'll be back in a couple of weeks with another video. We'll move on and learn another chord. Good luck with this, and thanks for tuning in. All right.